If you're only here to cause drama, come sit next to me.
If you're looking for the bare necessities, you found them. Hello!
I'm Hunter Harden.
And I'm Papa the Bear, and welcome to the Real Housebears.
Order in the court. This podcast is in session. You were so confused.
I had no idea. Actually, all I was thinking was like, oh my God, that's going to be so loud on the microphone.
Ooh, I hope it's not super loud. If you could insert gavel, gavel, gavel.
Wow, that was good though. As soon as I was, wow. Okay,
yeah,
all right.
You know, there's a lot of court stuff.
Yeah,
in this
there
episode.
is a lot of court stuff going on. I really like that one. I did like that one.
Okay.
It took me by surprise. It really did.
Yeah,
take me
there's
by
no
surprise.
accent or anything. It's just location now.
Location.
Very much
I like that. Welcome to, I think, probably some new listeners this week. After Whitney Rose shared some of our stuff on her social media this week.
Our followers boomed.
Yeah, so if you're listening to us for the first time, welcome to the Real Housebears. Welcome to the ride.
We're gonna go real slow, right?
Oh my gosh, way different than our first episode. We have definitely grown a lot and changed our styles a lot.
Oh
too.
my gosh, I mean, I know. It's like we're a different podcast now, practically, than when we started.
We are a funnier podcast now.
I think so. Well, it's really funny because remember that one time I was like, you know what? We don't have a lot of time to get an episode out, so why don't we just release an episode without the sound bites?
Nope.
You were like, we're not funny without the sound bites.
Girl, yes.
I was like, what? I thought that maybe we were kind of funny. I mean, we started off without the sound bites.
I think it's that, like, we're funny to ourselves, but other people that aren't here, they're like, what are these two idiots laughing about?
Anything you do is cute.
That could very well be. Hey, let us know. Y'all, let us know on the socials. What do you think about, are we funny without the sound bites? What do you think about
the sound bites?
Yeah, I'm really excited. You know, there have been a lot of what seemed like unofficial announcements about a September premiere of Salt Lake City, which, please God, let that be true. But I was just thinking tonight while we were taking notes on this episode, I was like, I can't wait to use my Salt Lake City sound bites again.
I know. We almost have enough sound bites that we could possibly do like a 365 calendar of your daily sound bite. Like, what's your daily sound bite of the day?
I thought it was funny that our favorite sound bites, like when we met with Whitney and Justin from Salt Lake City, that she had no idea.
She had no clue, like, what most of them were from.
Yeah, like you know,
when she was saying it.
If you've been listening to us for a long time, you know that, like, our favorite is, it's rude and it's selfish.
It's rude and it's selfish.
And Whitney had no recollection of saying that.
Never it at all.
I thought that was funny.
And we even have like a soundbite of Justin saying he's been on the pole, but I've ridden the pole a couple times or something like that.
You know, I've been known to be on that pole a few times myself.
Oh my God.
So I mean, like, we have so many sound bites, and I don't even know if we should. No, we're gonna have to bring the first season of Salt Lake City.
Oh yes, you're not going to be able to take them away from me. You are not going to be able to.
Our whole podcast is going to be soundbite.
I mean, I'm hoping
soundbite,
that I just have a 5-minute soundbite of Lisa Barlow saying, "I love that."
I love that.
Like, I hope she says it at least once a scene.
You're so going to
coming
use that
season.
soundbite right now too, huh?
Well, probably.
I love that.
I love that.
Look at this and this. I love it.
I love it. I love this.
So yeah, let us know what you all think about the sound bites, and also, do you think that we're funny without them?
And also, if you could please go to Apple Podcasts and please give us a 5-star review and a nice little written statement.
A 5-star rating and a written review. Yes. No, that's what you. No, it's okay. It's okay.
Yes, because we really rely on those ratings to get some sponsors so that we're not stuck in this hot closet forever.
Oh, getting hot.
Please get us out of the hot closet.
Please help us get out of the hot closet, please. We need help.
Well, at least we're not dealing with the heat that Erika Jayne Girardi is dealing with these days.
This episode is kind of heavy.
Affairs and accidents. I have to say something that I might regret saying later.
Uh-oh.
But this episode, for the first time, made me question Erika Jayne a little bit. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm still innocent and proven guilty. I'm still very much on her side, and I still very much believe that she didn't know that all of this was going on.
Is it because she made up so many stories about Tom that were lies?
I just felt like there was a lot of things being said that would support what she would need to say in the media. I feel like there were a lot of intentional things said to have her back. And, you know, calculated. I felt that some of it was a little bit more calculated.
Well, it is in the news, like in the in the headlines right now during that time of filming. So of course I think she's gonna easily talk about that stuff that she's being accused of and bring that stuff up because it's the topic of
it was really mostly the dementia stuff. I guess I just don't understand why. I guess I just feel like in a way that she's supporting him in a weird kind of way.
Well, she knew that he was like disintegrating before all this stuff started happening. She just didn't realize that he was stealing from widows and orphans.
Yeah, I'm not saying that I've changed teams, okay? I'm not saying that I've changed teams whatsoever. I still believe that all of this has taken her by surprise. I just felt like tonight I was like, some of this does feel a little bit more calculated than it felt last episode.
Look, at the end of the day, life is a poker game, and everybody's got to show their cards.
Well, when is a better time to state your case against the media that is saying slander against you than when you're on camera on a TV show?
You're completely right. You're completely right.
I'm always right, so.
I approved this message.
Well, we start off this episode. You know, it's going to be a Rocky episode, so we're going to start off with Rocky the dog.
Oh, look at you. And his cone of shame.
It is cone of shame and both paws bandaged. So is that like a metaphor for Erika Jayne
yes,
right now?
It is a metaphor for Erika's cone of shame.
And her bloody hands. I'm just kidding.
Oh my God. Wow. That
because the paws were bandaged.
That just took a turn.
I didn't know.
I didn't notice that his poor paws were bandaged.
Yeah, his paws are bandaged. That's why he has the cone of shame on so he doesn't lick his
Poor
paws.
Rocky. Rocky, leave it alone.
My dog does this.
You know, we've spent Lisa Rinna hasn't been much of the story this season, but we've been spending like every episode at her house.
I have been liking Lisa a little bit more this season.
You know what? Even in a mid-season trailer that they show at the end of this, there's like nothing Lisa other than her laughing.
It's a lot of Sutton and a lot of like Erika being
I
mean.
think Rinna is just taking a back seat this season to do
Well, what else does she got a storyline on?
Well, you know, and also to do damage control because, you know, a lot of people hated her after last season.
Me.
If I had to do my own list of the names that people have called me, wanker.
Oh, what a wanker.
Crazy, nut job.
It's called schizophrenic.
Evil.
Really evil.
See you next Tuesday.
See you next Tuesday.
Bitch. You bitch. Wow. Worst friend on the planet.
You have not been a friend to me.
I'm sure there's more.
Yeah, so I think that she's trying to only show her fun side now.
Okay.
Maybe she feels secure that she doesn't need an in-depth story. Maybe she just feels like she's close enough and important enough to the show. I don't know.
Lisa, she packs like I do, though. She packs her suitcase like I do. Like 6 or 7 days worth of clothes in like a 2-day period.
Oh my gosh, you really, really do.
I have lots of shoes to go with certain outfits.
And you bring 80 extra outfits, so that means 80 extra pairs of shoes.
I dress by mood, not by day.
When you look good, you feel good, and so sometimes you just have to put things on just for yourself and just sort of be in your own little fantasy for a second.
But, you know, I thought that Rinna packed rather modestly compared to someone like Dorit.
Yes.
Dorit, I'm sure, had 18 more bags than Rinna had.
Well, she has Jaeger and Phoenix to help her pack. They're bringing their outfits and combos. Like, here, where's this? She isn't even dressing herself. And she's getting this wedding contract. She doesn't even style herself.
Her children
have been dressing her. Her children need that wedding contract.
Well, as soon as she says something sparkly, festive, and fun, she brings her something sparkly, festive, and fun.
And it worked.
It kind of did. It kind of
worked.
I would like to see it together.
And I think it's kind of funny is what these ladies should do is they should because they all have kids, they should all ask their kids to pick out an outfit for them, especially the young ones.
Well, remember in New Jersey when Jennifer Aiden had her son pick out the shoes for her?
Mm-hmm. Well, that's just shoes. I mean, like the entire outfit. I want to see how crazy some of the women end
That
up.
would be wild.
And how cute some of the women would end up.
Maybe. Meanwhile, Sutton's just staring at an empty suitcase. She doesn't know even where to start.
She's rolling her eyes. She's like, I don't know what to do about this suitcase. It's empty.
Well, you're laughing at me right now, and obviously I'm really upset.
And Kyle advises her to plan to dress up only one night. I'm like, good luck with that, Kyle. You know these women.
And plus, they haven't been able to go out anywhere during COVID.
Not
I mean,
much.
you and I, we would dress up just to go down to the store, and we wouldn't even get out of the car.
True. And then we moved to Erika's clubhouse, and I was like, did I know that Erika had a clubhouse?
I didn't know it was a clubhouse. I thought it was just a glamour room in her other house, but I guess it's like a whole
thing. A whole nother like office space that she was leasing. And you know, we've obviously seen it 100 times.
100 times, yeah.
But I don't remember it. But she can't afford it anymore.
Of course.
You know, she still is paying for at least limited glam because they're like, this kitchen counter is now our glam counter.
And she's still paying for an assistant. I don't know if she is now, but...
Right.
I mean, I would still keep an assistant because I'm like, my life is tragic right now. I need somebody to talk to.
I'll pay you.
I know. I don't even care if it's just about organizing my day.
But is she going to leave that pretty mess light on the wall? They just walk out and leave the pretty mess light on the wall. Like, I guess we don't need that.
Oh, I think they're going to get it.
They better get it.
I want it. I'm going to get it.
Because you're a pretty mess.
Mm-hmm. I'm an expensive pretty mess.
Yeah, amen to that.
They're $2,000?
Finally, we get to La Quinta, which I didn't realize was, you know, like, I guess a suburb of Palm Springs. Is that what it's like?
I guess. I've only been to Palm Springs once. It was hot.
Well, Kyle has a beautiful
Oh my gosh, that house is
there.
gorgeous.
The pool with the like fire by the pool.
I wonder if our good friend Brandon Liberati knows where Kyle lives.
I bet she does.
He does the makeup for some of the Bravo ladies.
I bet she does the
or
hair.
hair.
Yes. Garcelle is going to come a day late, so really Garcelle's only screen time this entire episode is this moment FaceTiming with Kyle.
Yeah.
But Kyle gives her like a FaceTime tour of the home, like, look what you're missing.
I mean, the house is really beautiful.
It's incredible.
It's beautiful.
Someone has to arrive first between Rinna or Garcelle. So
and Lisa Rinna shows up and they do their social distance kiss and high kicks. Boom,
and they're
boom.
like jumping up and down. They're so excited that Kyle is COVID free and they're having fun. Then Dorit in her like exercise wear, was that surprising to you?
Oh, I didn't notice.
You didn't notice?
I didn't notice her exercise. Oh yeah,
it was like wearing leggings. Yeah, it was like the stuff spandex. Like that.
Yeah, I didn't know she showed up like that, but I did notice it later on, and I was like,
she did show up like that. So she got out of the car. I was like, is she wearing leggings and like something to work out in?
You better work on that compression, girl.
Right. I'm sure it was so expensive. That outfit was so expensive. And they're talking about who's staying at the house and who's staying at a hotel. She said Garcelle didn't feel comfortable staying in a house. I'm like, what does that even mean?
I didn't understand what she was talking about.
Did she not mean
I think she made
Kyle's house because of who's there?
I think maybe she didn't want to share a room. I mean, did they have to share a room?
No one else is. I really don't know.
Well, that Crystal and Garcelle is not staying there.
Yeah. Well, Crystal
and they were talking about, well, we need to put somebody together, and we didn't want to put Crystal and Sutton together, so I think she was going to put Sutton and Garcelle together, and I think Garcelle's like, nah, I'm going to just get a hotel.
Well, look at you figuring that all out.
I am,
You're like a Sherlock. You're like a Sherlock.
Sherlock Holmes, where's my pipe?
Kathy apparently drove herself. Is that what you got from that?
I thought she got driven there because she says she never drives anywhere by herself.
Yeah, I couldn't understand exactly what she was trying to say. I was like, either she drove there herself,
I don't think
or rode there by herself.
I think she had somebody drive her there because they're all in California, and Palm Springs is
a few hours.
It's not horribly bad. And I mean, I would just take the private jet if I was Kathy.
Right.
My gosh, and
into Kyle's backyard.
Take the helicopter and just land right in her backyard and be like, thank you, darling.
I love that Kyle just picked the room for all of the ladies. Because, like in New York City.
Oh my gosh, the picking of the rooms in every season of franchise. It's
But New York City in
nightmare.
particular, you know, Ramona.
Ooh, and Ramona and also Luann. I mean, Luann.
Well, she just doesn't want to be put in the basement or the fish room.
I don't want to
put
be
her in Ramona's basement or in Dorinda's fish room.
The fish room is terrifying. I don't like having
It's
sharks
no
and
longer
big
a fish
fish.
room.
I
It's
know,
no
but that's
longer
I don't like that. That's scary.
To be honest with you, I didn't mind it.
I don't like stuffed anything on the walls. It freaks me out. I think they're gonna come alive.
We have a stuffed bear head above our bed.
I sleep with a real live bear every night.
By the way, I did not stuff the bear. I did not know the bear. I did not kill the bear.
Corey is a thief, and he stole it from a bar.
That is true. I stole the bear head from a bar.
But you did say, I'm sorry, I was going to take this. And the bar was like, just take it.
Right.
Because you're a thief.
Well, I'm
You
not
stole
a
my
thief,
heart.
but I
Guess what? We all fall in love with older men.
Brownie points.
End of the podcast.
I'll tell you guys this. I did not see it ending this way.
Crystal and Sutton have been communicating off camera.
Sutton did write Crystal ahead of time, like before, like maybe a couple of days before all this happened, to try to like break the ice and just so it wasn't weird, so they didn't have to show up at this event, at this night, and have to
this
talk it
weekend,
out.
maybe.
Yeah.
Crystal luckily is staying in the hotel. No more worries about that. And she did say on Watch What Happens Live several weeks ago that she and Sutton have actually become close.
Yeah, I'm glad for that because Sutton's
Yeah.
really trying.
Erika is not there yet. She had a court date that day concerning Tom's missing assets, which Dorit seems to know all about. Like
Dorit is
read
on
the article.
social media. She is reading and going
She
over the
knows
fine-tooth
deets.
comb.
She knows the
So
deets.
apparently right now the whole deets is government froze all of Tom's assets.
Yes, because at least $2 million. I'm like, wait till y'all hear more than $20 million coming up later.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently about $2 million was used inappropriately. And, you know, if it was only $2 million, Crystal is right. She's like, $2 million to those people is nothing.
It's true. And when
You
she
write a check and you're done.
And when she says it like that, it does make a lot of sense. So I'm really wondering how did he lose all of his money before he started stealing money?
You know, spending more than you earn. That's what it is. You spend more than you earn. It's just, I think, that black and white.
Jeez.
You know?
I mean, but his house alone has got to be worth more than $2 million.
Well, but he's been living there for over 20 years, so who even knows if that's been, you know,
appraised and stuff. Like, who knows?
Who knows? But anyway, yeah, his house is worth way more than $2 million. But who knows how much he's paid off on that and how much he's paying on it per month or whatever.
Who knows what he's doing?
It shows Erika with her dog, and at first I was like, did Erika bring her dog to Kyle's house?
Oh, I wrote that down too. I wrote it all down and then had to erase it because I didn't realize that. I thought she brought the dog with her.
Yeah, and then let the dog poop in Kyle's backyard.
That's what I thought too.
I was like, what is going on?
But I was like, oh, that's nice she brought the dog. Maybe it helps her, you know.
Yeah,
but no,
she was home. Why do the Bravo editors always show dogs pooping?
I don't understand why, but I remember when I was younger, I think it was one of my sisters, somebody was telling me, like, if you watch a dog poop, you're going to get a sty in your eye.
What? That is the craziest thing I've ever heard.
Whenever I see a dog pooping, not only is it disgusting, I don't want to see it, I'm afraid I'm going to get that's a sty in my eye. That's the first thing that goes through my head is I'm going to get a sty in my eye if I watch this dog
Oh my
poop.
God, now if you get a sty, know that you're a dog voyeur.
I'd be like, I swear, I just glanced.
You guys, my husband likes to watch dogs poop. I don't know what to do.
Oh my God.
He can't see anymore because his eyes are just full of sties.
That is disgusting. I can't even see anymore because I can't watch dogs poop. What am I going to do with my life?
What are we talking about?
I know, this is insane.
Dorit FaceTimes Jagger, and he's like, you're lucky that you get to stay in Palm Springs, and I have to stay in this boring house.
This kid reminds me so much of me, even at this point of my life right now. I mean, not even just as a kid.
Right.
I mean, he is just me all over. And I just love how he's like plays that guilt trip with his mom. He knows exactly what to do.
And he's like, you know who's getting that candy right, Mom? You know who's getting that candy, Mom. I know who gets the candy in this house.
Mm-hmm. Looks like you're not going to get any more hugs and kisses.
Then Kyle and Rinna have a lovely eggplant cleaning scene.
I mean, they are vigorously rubbing these eggplants to get these eggplants clean.
I mean, now that the eggplant emoji exists.
You can't look at an eggplant and not think.
I'm very uncomfortable watching this eggplant. I do not want a big one like this. I want a big one, but I don't want it this big.
I like a cucumber. I like a nice-sized cucumber.
If I have something like this coming out, I better need a bottle and diapers.
Yeah.
And it's funny because the one that she is cleaning off in the image, that's the size of my bears.
Oh my God, we've
had this conversation. Go back to past conversation.
Too many times. Too many times. But now I can't think of an eggplant or a pineapple the same as I used to. Thanks,
I do love that the ladies are discussing vegetable size and their preference. Lisa just wants a nice cucumber size. Amen, girl.
You know, they're just not as obvious about it as like New Jersey is.
Oh my, New Jersey just spits it out. New Jersey's raunch.
We talk again about how Kathy and Kyle have reconciled, and I'm like, I love it. I'm so happy about it. But you didn't just tell me anything new that you didn't say last week about it.
They showed the same clips too. I was confused by that. I was like, how many times are they going to keep showing that they're happy with their relationship now?
We're really thrilled with that.
I didn't realize how, like, it was like just 2018 that they weren't talking.
Yeah, it hasn't been long.
Recently. I didn't know
Well,
that.
it's when Kyle started working on that American Girl show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's American Woman.
That's
American
why she was
Woman,
saying American
Girl?
Woman. Yeah, that's why she was saying American Woman.
American Girl's the doll, right?
Yes, that little life-size doll.
So Kathy thought that Kyle was going to be like sharing family secrets and stuff like that.
Yeah, I remember that now.
Well, apparently, once, of course, the conversation turns back to Erika, Erika shows up.
She already looks defeated. Like, you could tell in her walk, like, both of her arms are just slouched, and she just looks defeated.
Just had a day full of bad news.
Oh, my gosh.
She just had a day full of bad news. But she's got some women there who are ready to hug her as tight as they can.
I mean, they all run. That makes me feel good that they all are trying to get behind her.
Well, since Erika shows up and since the rest of the episode is about Erika, why don't we take a quick break?
Get out of this hot closet.
Get out of the hot closet, and we'll come back and talk about Erika and all of her legal woes.
Let's do this.
Bye. Bye.
Like, give me a f***ing break, man.
And we're back.
Every day when Erika wakes up, she wakes up to more bad news. You know, I've been through short periods in my life where every day I woke up and I was like, oh, really? You're throwing something else at me today, universe?
Right.
But compared to what she's going through, I think it's been pretty candy for me.
Oof.
It's not okay, and it's not going to be okay for a long time.
Kathy suggests that, hey, reach out to Robert Shapiro. But I have seen maybe it was that Housewife and the Hustler or somewhere where it talks about Tom being like in a brotherhood, like lawyers, especially those LA big shot lawyers, are all kind of in a brotherhood and will have each other's back. So Erika has to find out who those lawyers are before she can even reach out to any of them.
Oh, gosh, that's got to be so scary to be afraid of who the lawyer is going to take sides with.
Oh. And again, to find a lawyer who's not afraid of Tom Girardi.
Seriously.
Erika talks about how she's been noticing Tom's health fall apart. She's talked a lot about it, but not only would he not listen, but he would just get mad about it.
Well, I've heard that a lot with people that are going through dementia who can't remember things. They get angry because they can't remember things.
Yeah, I've heard that too. I've also heard that people who lose their hearing tend to get really agitated and angry.
I've heard that too.
So, yeah, seems to be a lot of validity to that. And then Kathy Hilton talks about, just blindly trusting your successful husband.
Well, she says that if her husband handed her this 50-page document and said, please sign here, she wasn't going to read it. She would know that her husband has her best interests in hand, and she would just sign it. So I love the way that Kathy is always throwing out these things trying to show that all these women that this all can be very plausible.
Yeah. Kathy always leads with positivity.
Oh, I love her.
But Dorit's right. Tom didn't marry Erika because of her accounting skills.
No.
So why would that even be something that they have to talk about? Anywho, Sutton asks Erika how she's adjusting in her new home here around the holidays. Erika's like, well, I have my tiny little tree.
I got a little wreath.
And Sutton's like, you have to. And let me tell you why. My dad killed himself 2 days before Christmas. On my mom's first day of retirement.
Oh, I was like, geez. But I do know that in her awkward way, Sutton is trying to tell her that, like, bad things can really happen around the holidays, but keep those traditions up because it keeps you going. Plus, hey, I am here. I survived my dad killing himself 2 days before Christmas, and I still celebrate Christmas. But she's trying to tell Erika she's going to be okay.
It was like a few weeks ago when we were talking about when you're down in the dumps, get out of your environment to get a distraction.
Yes.
This is in a kind of similar vein. Like, when you're down in the dumps, bring out that holiday memory that might make you smile.
Even if this memory isn't the best memory, it's your memory.
It seems like Sutton was maybe quite a bit of a daddy's girl.
Probably. I could see that easily.
And she's like telling her mom in the flashback, I just want you to miss him. But her mom's like, I don't have to miss him.
You can't expect me to have the same relationship that you had with your father. You know? Yeah.
But anyway, that was a nice moment.
I do need to get a little bit of comedy relief.
Oh, it's always good to laugh.
So let's join Kyle and Kathy making dinner as Kathy is telling her how to cook.
Kathy loves to give advice.
She loves it on how to dress.
Interior design. And now cooking.
Astrology, maybe? I don't know.
And then Kathy finds some old bread that was left over from whenever Mauricio and the kids were there last. And she starts like making up her own percussion ensemble.
Making Kyle pee her pants in the corner because she's laughing so hard.
Kyle can't take it.
Kyle
she cannot take it.
No, I can't. Kathy, I'm peeing my pants. Stop. I literally can't. I need a Depends.
And then to set the table, Kathy puts out hard bread in this tiny little bowl and then just gives everyone a napkin and a fork.
I was waiting for the women to be like, "What? This bread hurts my mouth."
Right?
Like, what is this?
But Kathy has people to do everything for her. I'm sure she knows how to set a lovely table, but how often does Kathy
When was the last time she had
table?
to? And plus, she's just a jokester.
Because she certainly has people to carry her bags for her.
Oh, yeah. That scene of her trying to get her luggage up the stairs one step at a time was priceless.
Oh my God. Oh, getting hot.
That would have taken her all night.
All night.
They would have finished dinner and Kathy would finally made it to the top step. But Dorit to the rescue.
Exactly. She helps her and even cools her down with her box fan.
Yeah, she picks up these women have mad respect for Kathy.
I mean, Dorit's like, listen, it's Kathy. How am I not going to help her?
And Sutton doesn't clap back at Kathy. Like,
no
one. I bet you, Hilton. I bet you they run Beverly Hills.
I'm sure they do. I mean, everybody knows the Hiltons.
Yeah, so I'm sure, that if you get on their bad side, that's the wrong side to be on.
Oh my gosh. I love that the ladies go get into something more comfortable, except for Lisa.
No one gets more comfortable. They all dress up more. Even Dorit dresses up more.
That's right, she does.
She shows up in her workout garb and then changes into a lovely ensemble for dinner.
But Lisa in her sequin jumpsuit with high heels, you better get it, girl.
You better get it.
You know what? You've got one life to live.
So dress up for dinner in Kyle's dining room. You do it. But these Beverly Hills women, more so than any other city, they are not going to be on camera not
dressed
amazing.
up. Exactly.
It's just not a thing for them. Very rarely will you see them without makeup and hair and a full
the whole shebang.
Outfit. How much does it cost to heat a pool?
It's got to be expensive. I mean, you're heating up a huge body of water.
Yeah, but for one thing, Erika's pool was pretty modest from what I remember, and it's California. I know that it's the winter, so maybe it's getting in the 60s at night, and that would be too cool for people.
I don't know.
But it was surprised me that it was such a major expense that it was a conversation that they had to have, you know?
I mean, when Erika says that huge river pool that they had was heated for 22 years and she never got in it once.
And
like, really?
And never even knew a dime that it cost.
Oh my gosh.
Rena says, you would just not believe how many times Harry Hamlin has had to tell me to quit spending so much money.
I believe it. I believe it 100%. I can see that easily of him lecturing Lisa Rinna.
Stay true to yourselves, take one day at a time, and live in the moment.
Back to the kitchen where Kyle is just dropping everything out of her spice cabinet over and over and over again.
And while this is happening, Kathy is letting the audience know that Kyle has ADHD and the rest of the alphabet.
Kyle is ADHDGHIJK. Yeah.
Right, that was a good line. That was a clever line. But you know, Kyle has cooked for them multiple times on the show. Just recently, remember she burnt the food at the beginning of the season. There always seems to be something going on, but everyone talks about what a great cook Kyle is.
And she's going to get Kathy out of the kitchen because she's going to pee her pants if she doesn't.
Well, the third time she drops and then breaks actually some spices.
Whatever it was. And
she's like, Kathy, help. Kathy, help. So Kathy helps.
By grabbing a barbecue grill scrubber that's wire.
Yeah.
To sweep it up. And Kyle's like, I don't know if this was the best idea to have you help me.
You're like, is she using a barbecue scrubber?
My jaw drops more often than not in this show.
Like, you didn't even understand. I was like, of course she's using it as a broom. I mean,
I just didn't understand it. I mean, it's like hard wire. It just kills me.
So, luckily, no one dies. More spices fall out of the
all
cabinet.
the ladies come to help.
And then finally, dinner is ready.
Lasagna is done. Garfield would be so excited.
So...
Really? Nothing? You're not just going to glaze right over
Garcella's so excited?
No, Garfield.
Oh, I thought you said Garcella's so excited, and I was like, well, she wasn't there, so I was just going to edit that out because it didn't make sense.
Thank you, audience. This is what I have to deal with on a daily basis. My comedy is completely hindered here. It's not appreciated, it's not loved, and it's selfish.
You're upset because you're jealous, period.
I thought you said Garcelle, and I was like, that really doesn't make sense.
And you still kept going.
Well, I was like, we can just edit that out because it
wow.
Yes, Garfield is very excited. That was
he's probably cut out so much of my genius out of this show and left in only the times where I can't get a word right or stumble over words multiple times. That's the only time I've never seen you cut any of the bad stuff out.
That's my master plan.
Why are you constantly mean?
You're always like, I have to cut out so many of my ums and stuff. I'm like, what about my ums? There was like a big misstep right there.
I do a fair amount of editing on both of us.
Bull.
Actually, I don't do much editing at all.
You just edit me out.
Actually, we're going to have to cut a lot of that out.
Oh my goodness. No, it has to stay in. Okay.
Drake, I didn't know was, I have a thing for Drake.
I know.
But I didn't know his name was Champagne Bobby.
Champagne Poppy.
I didn't know his name was Champagne Poppy either.
I didn't know that either. But apparently Kyle's daughter definitely found out that Lisa Rinna is being followed by him. And she's like, Mom, you need to step your game up.
I just totally pulled a Kathy Hilton. Champagne Bobby, what's that?
I know.
Like a little doogie. A doogie. It's a love name. Like a little Tootsie Roll.
You do that all the time.
Who's Hunky Dory?
All right, outside of the podcast, Bear has been doing a lot of Kathyisms. It's been pretty funny.
I don't know what I'm talking about half the time. There is an eclipse tonight, so Kathy...
There's a new moon and an eclipse.
Oh.
There's multiple things in the universe happening right now.
Well, that means it's time to have a ceremony for Erika.
Let's let go of things.
Yes.
Let's put all of these bad energies into this candle, and we're just going to blow it away. Let it go.
Trying to be better, not bitter.
Until Nosy Kyle, she just can't keep her mouth quiet this season. But she immediately gets into some personal questions. And, I guess, we're on TV. That's our job. But Kyle first asks her, what's the future of the brand Erika Jayne? And Erika doesn't know.
She's like, I don't know, but it's expensive. And I was like, you have a song about it.
Right, yeah. So, and Erika is like, I don't even know if there's any money from Tom to get to pay for anything.
Everybody wants to know what's going to happen, but right now it's too early to tell. Erika doesn't even know what's going to happen. Even with the divorce right now, she doesn't even know what's going to happen now that all this other stuff has come up.
I mean, every day it's a new story, so she has no idea what to expect.
I forgot that she was getting a divorce for a moment. Because it was just, it's all
about the financial
issues
and the lawsuits
and the Tom,
and all that. Yeah, you're right. That makes sense. And then we get into a big segment about Tom's dimension. Crystal talks about her dad's Alzheimer's.
I think you said dimension.
I did say dimension. Let's go back.
No, we leave that in. We leave it in of you messing up a word. It's dementia.
Yes, I do know it's dementia. I'm just talking faster than I can think. Are you happy now? Are you happy?
I better hear this after you're done editing.
You don't listen to any of the episodes, so it won't matter.
Yes, I do. But yeah, the dementia.
Crystal's dad had Alzheimer's.
I'm loving this.
I don't want to do this. I really don't.
I'll just let you finish.
So Crystal understands about how hard it is to see somebody disintegrate in front of you.
Right.
You want me to keep going? So then it comes up about Tom's car accident.
Yeah.
You're going to make me do this? And she lets us know that there's more to the story than she had previously said. But even after she was explaining the story multiple times about what exactly happened to Tom, I'm a little bit more confused than I was before. Did he fall out of the car and roll down the hill? Did the car roll down the hill and he fell out of the car as it rolled down the hill? Is the car totaled? Was there a car accident? Was he with another woman at the time?
Yeah, I really couldn't get it clear either.
I couldn't get it was a little bit confusing to me.
But nonetheless, this is just further evidence that Erika really kept the downside of her marriage quite a secret.
Well, she really respected him and respected his privacy.
Until Yolanda, I was like, hello, flash blast from the past.
Yolanda.
When Yolanda and David got divorced, Erika thought, maybe I should look in Tom's phone.
Yeah. Ooh, and she found a lot.
Yeah. For one thing, when you look in someone else's phone, you're always going to find something you don't want to see, no matter what. That's just
like a conversation, even if it's not cheating.
Yeah, but Erika found like full-on multiple year-long relationships.
Yeah, that's rough. And everyone's like, well, why didn't you leave then? She's like, well, where was I going to go? What was going to... And even Kathy chimes in and was like, he probably made her feel like there was no place to go, and how are you going to leave me?
Absolutely. Thankfully, Sutton breaks the ice.
Here it comes.
She's like, you want some pancake cake? I'm like, I want some pancake cake.
I have no idea what it looked really good. It kind of looked like flan.
Flan,
yeah.
Flan.
It kind of looked like
I thought it looked like cheesecake.
It just seemed kind of marshmallowy, kind of like foamy almost.
I couldn't tell what it was, but maybe we should Google it.
Maybe we should make it.
And leave it to Rinna to bring it back to Scott Disick.
How did Scott Disick get into our lives?
But I agree. How in the heck did we get Scott Disick in our lives? I used to be very much an anti-Kardashian person. I've softened over the years, and I have a level of respect for what they've accomplished in the tenure of their career. But I've always thought that Scott Disick was a total tool.
I have no idea who this guy is.
I never quite understood what anyone has ever seen in him, and I want him off my housewives.
Oh, you're so angry.
I don't know how some certain people that have been in the limelight on reality TV at one point and are horrible humans, and they just end up like getting on other shows or like into other people's lives that are in reality shows.
When you're in that circle of people, you just keep meeting the right people.
I can't wait to be in that.
Because every show has to have a villain type,
villainesque.
Yeah. So then we finish off the episode with a mid-season trailer. So first of all, that made me feel good that we're only midway through. I was afraid we were a little bit further, and I was like, oh no, this season's going to be over before you know it. So I was glad to find out they're only midway through. But it looks like it's going to be a continuation of a great season.
But it just looks like Erika is getting meaner.
Well, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
That makes me a little bit nervous, but it looks like a really interesting season.
Well, you got to be careful what you say on camera. And if you're saying something against Erika on camera, she's not going to tolerate it.
Yeah.
So looking forward, I think this has been the best season of Beverly Hills in a while.
Thank you, Kathy.
Yeah, right. And I'm thankful that we got to cover it. Thank you all for listening to us this week. Make sure in the meantime you are following us on social media. On Facebook and Instagram, we are The Real Housebears. On Twitter, we are Real Housebears. And you can email us at therealhousebears@gmail.com.
We are also on YouTube. You can go check us out there. And we are also on wherever you listen to any podcasts. And if you're on Apple Podcasts, please give us a nice little 5-star rating and a nice little written review. We really rely on those. Thank you.
Thanks so much, everyone. Have a great week.
Bye.
Okay, love you. Bye.
All right, check it out.
Check. 1, 2, check 2, check 3.
Check it out. Baby, baby, baby. That song is the Black Eyed Peas. Check it out.
Oh,
baby,
yeah.
Baby.
Yeah. I was like, check it out. Yeah.